You know, most golfers, they're kind of doomed to be bad or to make a bad swing before they even take the club back. Isn't that sad that just standing over the ball, you're already toast? So right after this, let's talk about how most golfers can trigger a better swing before they even take the club back. Stay tuned. Hey, I'm Steve from HitItLonger.com. In no way do I profess to have a perfect golf swing. I am simply on a journey to hit the ball longer and straighter than ever before. If you share the same desire, I hope you'll join me and hit the subscribe button. All right, so over a half, maybe even 3/4 of all average golfers that I see in person in my one-on-one lessons, they set up to the ball with all the wrong angles, and they do what I would call sitting on a stool. So they're bending the knees a lot. For some reason, a lot of people have the idea that you got to have a lot of knee bend. I think there's so many videos out there telling people you got to get into an athletic stance like a shortstop. Well, that's completely ridiculous, because in golf, we're not getting prepared for quick movement of the feet. Well, shortstops, they are getting ready to move in any direction. They need agility. We're not looking for agility in the feet. It's going to be a totally different philosophy sitting up over the ball. So if you're doing what I would call more of a sitting in a stool, sitting down on a stool type of setup, the problem with this is all the flexion in the knees is keeping the torso too straight up and down, and that's giving us all the wrong angles to turn our body around. That would be wonderful if the ball was up here at waist level. We can make a beautiful swing off a 3-foot high batting tee as our torso goes around on a horizontal plane, but the ball is down on the ground. Therefore, we would like to get the shoulders to somewhat match in their tiltedness down to the ground and wind almost on an arc that's similar to what the club is going to do. So that club will swing down on a beautiful arc down through the center of the ball every time. We don't have to go and search for it. So instead, let's not put so much flex into the knees. You don't want the knees to be locked, of course, but we're looking for the knees as if you were just standing in the grocery store line or just standing on the corner like this. Your knees are going to have a very slight flex. They're not going to be pulled into hyperextension, but they're going to be fairly straight like this. Now from here, we're going to fold over our belt line, but we're not going to get our bend at the spine either. Here's another way I see a lot of golfers doom themselves, especially older ones. They kind of cave in that stomach wall and let the spine flex. Now that's going to not be sustained through the impact zone. They're going to get tall, and even if they could keep the flex, rotating with your spine in this position is not a very good idea for long-term spine health. So instead we get these like you're standing in line, straight knees but not locked. Then we're going to bow to the queen. So instead of sitting on a stool, shoulders back, chin down and back like this, and then we're going to fold ourselves to about a 30-degree angle. You notice I've got to let my rear end go behind me the same number of inches as my chin is going forward. If I kept my butt underneath me as I bent over, I'm going to go over my toes and fall. So we've got to have a weight and a counterweight on the other end. Shoulders back, chin up, bowing to the queen, about 30 degrees. Once you're there, you'll notice the arms can dangle down, and gravity will put them pretty much right over your toes like this, and that helps us establish a really nice hand and thumb span to stand away from the ball. And so we've got all the angles and the measurements right from the very beginning. You see, good fundamentals are going to encourage good motion, and bad fundamentals make good motion feel unnatural. So good fundamentals encourage the proper motion. They make bad motion feel unnatural. And that's a really good thing because it makes making a good golf swing seem much, much simpler. So good grip, good setup. Here we go. Going to take my 1 arm measurement, set my feet. And now I am bowing to the queen. Right here, I've got my correct measurement. Got my correct 30-degree angle. The butt's behind me so that I feel perfectly in balance. And then I can set my right side under the left and then I can go. So let's see if I can do that right now. Don't sit on a stool. Don't cave in the spine. Instead, bow to the queen. And so there, once I was in the correct and efficient setup over the ball, creating the bend primarily at the hips, not at the knees, not at the spine. Hip flexion, let the rear end get behind you a bit. The swing I just made felt just flowing, almost not having to think about it. It just kind of falls into place when you've got your setup fundamentals solid. All right, I'm gonna go back and hit some more because this is feeling really good. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I'm Steve. I hope that you'll head over to my website, hititlonger.com. Check it out. There's over 100 more articles and videos that I think are gonna help you improve your golf game. And as always, if I don't see you in the next video, I hope to see you longer and straighter down the fairway. Everybody take good care.